As you prepare to send your students back to class, we're talking about a less fun part of heading back to the classroom: illnesses. KIMT News 3's Alex Dieter spoke with the Mayo Clinic pediatrician on what students and families should be looking out for.
It's back to school time, and that also means back to school illnesses are just around the hallway corner. Mayo Clinic Children's Center pediatrician Dr. Mckee says as students return to school, there tends to be an increase in many common respiratory and upper respiratory viruses.
Some of those would include viruses like the common cold, and then other things families need to keep in mind as we start to see more of these circulating respiratory viruses, that we can also see that triggering asthma exacerbations for children, especially that this is a trigger for their asthma. And so we recommend that parents be prepared and have an updated rescue inhaler prescription and an updated asthma action plan on hand at school.
Dr. Mckee reminds everyone that if you're feeling sick, to stay home.
This is different. We're still getting used to this 3 years after the pandemic. We used to kind of push through and go to work and go to school when we were sick, but unless we know for sure it's not COVID or something else, it's best to stay home, get checked out, get tested.
She says vaccines in children has been a real challenge over the past couple of years. She says an unintended effect of the COVID-19 pandemic they've seen has been a decrease in children vaccination rates in Minnesota, across the U.S., and even across the world.
A lot of this was due to lockdowns early on in the pandemic, where people were just not able to access care, get their children in for their recommended routine wellness visits and immunizations. And so we're still playing catch up, I think, with a lot of children, especially in Minnesota.
And of course, Dr. Mckee reminds everyone to continue to practice good hygiene. That means washing your hands, covering our mouths, and she even recommends wearing a mask if you're coughing. In Rochester, Alex Dieter, KIMT News 3.
Dr. Mckee also says influenza cases will increase as we move into the fall and winter months, just like we see in typical years.